Today, we're going to identify the 4 biggest hurdles that any contractor, landscaper, excavator, entrepreneur, anybody that works with their hands or works on a crew to make their living typically faces. And then we're going to come up with a 3-part strategy to overcome these problems. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to clearly identify each of the 4 typical hurdles that we face. The second thing that we're going to do today is we're going to locate resources to overcome these problems. And then number 3 is we're going to implement a strategy that tackles the problems head on and helps you become more profitable. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to find is what we call fly-by-night or low-ball competition. Any guy that has a pickup truck and a magnetic sign is now in business for themselves. And that's not a bad thing, but it's the inexperience of those people that you're up against that drags your numbers down. If you have to try to compete with someone that doesn't know what they're doing, what you're going to find is that's going to affect your bottom line. So we're going to help you address that issue. The next big problem we face is you, the owner, are trying to do it all. You're trying to wear too many hats. You're out bidding jobs, you're out finding customers, you're doing payroll, the bookkeeping, you're trying to figure out advertising budgets. Maybe you're going out and strapping on the work belt and trying to get the jobs done themselves. And what you don't realize at that point is that whoever you could hire, whatever you would pay them, whether that's $8, $10, $20 an hour, when you go out and do that specific work, that's what you're paying yourself. As the owner of the company, as the person taking all the risk, putting it all on the line, you deserve more than just an income. You deserve more than just a paycheck. That's why they call it profits, and that's why you need to learn how to take them. The next problem we face is called feast or famine. You either have way too much work and you can't handle it all, or you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs not knowing what to do because nothing's coming in the door. Well, there is a way to go from one profitable job to another profitable job smoothly and efficiently. And we're going to get into that. The last problem that almost all of us seems to face at one point or another is called too little profits. You take on all the stress, you do all the work, and at the end of the year you're looking at your bottom line saying to yourself, I could have probably made more money if I went to work for somebody else. Too little profits is a problem that you don't have to face. When you learn how to work on your business and not in your business, you learn how to maximize the amount of revenue that you get to take home at the end of the year. Step 1 is done. If you're still with me at this point, you've either said yes to 1 or maybe all 4 of the issues that we as contractors face. So what's next? Step 2. Now we have to find and locate the resources that are going to help us overcome these problems. Let's get into it. I recommend that you check out the Certified Contractors Network. It's an organization specifically designed to help contractors work on their business and stop working in their business. If you can't afford their training, which is a multiple day course, you can always go and check out our podcast where we interview Sean Foyer. He is one of the lead trainers for the Certified Contractors Network. And in about 30 minutes, he walks us not only through these 4 main problems that we face, but he also gives us some techniques that we can take away to start utilizing in our companies right away. Business education has absolutely nothing to do with a college degree or even a high school diploma. You can be a high school dropout and still become a multimillionaire if you're willing to pick up a book and read how some other people have done it. Go to the different forums on the internet. There's contractor forums, there's forums for landscapers, there's forums for lawn maintenance companies, and there's hundreds, if not thousands of people in the exact same shoes as you are asking the exact same questions with other people all across the internet answering those questions. Check out other resources such as our podcast. All we do is specifically interview people that are successful, that have faced challenges and have overcome them, and then we quickly get to how they did it. So go to our podcast. You'll find tons of great information there, but it doesn't stop there. You've got to keep digging. You got to keep looking. You got to find it. And when you find it, then share it. Share it with everybody else. We're not really your competition. We're all just trying to get better at things simultaneously. The last step is to implement a strategy. We figured out what the main problems are. We've given you some resources to begin with. Now you've got to actually apply it to your organization, and this is where it stops being universal and gets very specific. What you've got to do is you got to figure out exactly what your biggest concerns are, and then come up with solutions to those. And when I say we got to learn how to work on our business and not in our business, what I mean is you've got to stop thinking that it's time to put on the work belt and work harder to get stuff done. And it's more like you got to put on your thinking cap and think smarter on how to come up with the solutions to solve the problems that you face.